Congresswoman, I'm very impressed with your restraint in your op-ed piece when you're describing the situation that you found yourself in that day with your colleagues, refusing masks being offered to them in that room and laughing about it while you were in that room. Does it, when you look back on it, do your feelings about this, are they softening or are they intensifying as time goes by?
I'm very angry. I'm very angry because they displayed a disregard and a disrespect for anybody's safety. They have to know what the scientists have been saying. It's not anything that's new and novel. And the arrogance and the stupidity combined with their sort of undying loyalty to a president who has led us in this direction just really sickens me to my stomach. And the people that elected them need to hold them accountable when they go home. But while they're in D.C. and while they're on the Capitol campus, then they need to be obeying the rules, or they need to pay serious consequences for not.
One of the things that the video of them reveals is that they actually are as stupid as they present themselves to be publicly. I mean, I thought it was possible that they could publicly have a certain kind of bravado about masks, but in a dangerous situation, they would wear masks. They were in a very dangerous situation at close quarters, and their private stupidity is perfectly consistent with their public stupidity.
You know, absolutely. And there really isn't any logical explanation for the illogic that we saw in what they were doing. But it is not new to us because they've been acting that way all along. And there's a certain amount of arrogance that goes along with their stupidity that makes it even sickening. And Lisa Blunt Rochester is one of the nicest members, nicest people you'll ever want to encounter. And she was reaching out to them out of love and mutual respect, offering them masks, and they just kind of waved her off. But, you know, that kind of arrogance, thank God, Lawrence, is coming to an end. It's ending with this president leaving office, and it's ending with members of the Republican caucus in the House recognizing that this president did impeachable offenses. And let us hope that at least some of those members who've been so arrogant and defiant to the speaker, to the House, to their members, let's hope that they either have their come to Jesus or that they are voted out of office.